This is March 15th, 2021. I'm here at Country Meadows Personal Care Home. This is the Visitation shelter, which is on the northwest corner of the building. We're going to do an interview with Marsha Forgue soon. I see there's been some use of the shelter. There's a snowman over here. Let's see if we can get in closer and see what he looks like. Obviously some young people have been here visiting Grandma or Grandpa, and somebody was inside at the time, I would assume, because there's a window here so the resident could look out. This is the ramp going up to the entrance of the shelter. The visitors' entrance would be here. This is around back, so this is one of the wings of Country Meadows. As I swing around here, you can see the back side of the shelter. We'll do an interview with Marsha, and then we have about a 6-minute video that we'll attach to it that's produced by the makers of the shelters. Get a good look inside and describe what it's like and so on. Well, we've tracked down Marsha Forgue, the activity director here at Country Meadows, and just if we could ask a few questions about the shelter here, Marsha, would be great. Can you maybe tell me when you first started using it? I know it was put in just before Christmas.
Yeah, and so the visiting shelter started appointment visiting in January, just a couple months ago.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit about the details of it. How many people can be there at one time, and who can be there, and those kind of things.
So each resident with their family have made a visiting list. So each resident can have 2 essential visitors. Essential visitors are allowed to visit in their suites within the building, one at a time. And then they have a general visiting list of family and friends, and those are the ones that will access the visiting pod. They can visit one at a time, one resident, one of the general visitors, for 1 hour. The visit's probably more like 45 minutes because we have to sanitize in between appointments. They are allowed to book, the general visitor will call the business office and book their appointment. The shelter is open 7 days a week.
So those visits could be like from, what, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something like that? You must have a...
I believe it's 9:30 to 10:30, and then 10:30 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30,
right.
Then 2 in the afternoon, and then 2 in the evening as well after supper.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So that is really good for people that are still working and can come and see their loved ones in the evening.
Right, that's right. So, I mean, could one go in for 15 minutes and then come out and another person do the next 15? No,
it's just the one for that hour slot.
Okay.
With 100 residents, we have it as you can book one every 2 weeks, just so then everybody gets a turn. Saying that, not everybody has been using it, so time permitting, you can have more than one every 2 weeks right now.
More than that, right, yeah.
But that's done through the business office.
Right. So, there's a number of people that you can have. They don't have to be family. It could be a close friend that was able to do this.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it could be a good friend, family. There's been spiritual ministers from town that have used a visit with a resident in there.
Well, in some cases you don't have family here, so the other people are stepping up.
Yes.
That's correct. Yeah. So now you mentioned cleaning it, of course, and sanitizing, and so that has to be done in in between. Is there somebody specially with that job? Has that become somebody's job?
Yeah, we have a screener facility position here. So their position is to screen the general visitor before they come in with questions, screen them for COVID, sanitizing, bringing the resident in. During the visit, the visitor and the resident are 6 feet apart. The chairs are laid out properly. The resident and the visitor both wear a medical graded face mask.
So you supply that obviously then for the visitor?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's done very safely.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great, and I'm sure there must be a lot of appreciation with this.
Yes. It's been a trying year for everybody, personally and professionally, the last year. So for creative ways to be able to see your loved ones is very appreciated. Staff from Prairie Mountain Health have seen and heard that it is very appreciated to be able to have a visiting shelter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I want to thank you, and well, first of all, commendations to the staff, well, and the residents. You've not had a case, we understand here, and we're past the first year anniversary. It's been going on for a year, and so that's wonderful that you've been able to do that and keep everybody safe. And this shelter will help to get people to visit some of their loved ones and keep them safe, of course. That's right. Well, thank you very much,
Thanks.
Marsha.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris Urbis. I'm the Senior Superintendent in charge of the PCL PCH Visitation Shelters project. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about one of our installations. Behind me you can see one of the units. The units themselves are single-use shipping containers that have been modified and structurally reinforced around the openings, and they receive a shop painted finish. The rest of the interior work is completed at PCL's Winnipeg District Yard. The location of the pods themselves have been decided in tandem with Shared Health and the PCH operators. We have placed the pods carefully in a way to minimize the impact to the PCH, reduce the distance for the visitors to have to travel from the parking lot, and minimize the length of connector that's required to connect the pod itself to a door on the PCH. Let's go have a look at the inside. This is the interior of the visitation space. The space is designed for the resident to come in one side and the visitors to come in the other, and they can interact with each other. The space itself has been designed with energy efficiency in mind and has spray foamed walls, ceiling, and floor. This is to maintain comfortable temperatures for the visitation to happen. The surfaces are also designed to be easily cleanable with this wood grain wall protection, resilient floor, and cleanable ceiling tiles. This is so it provides easy sanitization in between visitation times. The mechanical systems have been designed to provide protection for the residents by providing a laminar airflow, which moves the air from the resident side to the visitor side. And then the visitor side is exhausted through our fan filter unit through the rooftop. Before the visitation happens, all the nurse has to do is screen the visitors and then come over to the door. And these doors, which are hollow metal insulated doors and thermally broken frames, can be opened with the push of the button. Both doors in this space have automatic door operators. On the resident side of the visitation space, it's been designed with comfort in mind. Over here we have a window, large window to allow a lot of natural light and ensure the residents' comfort. There are also other protections that are designed into the space. One of them is to separate this space from the personal care home. We have a fire-rated wall and door installed. We do have a local smoke alarm. We have fire extinguisher and emergency lighting in case that the power goes out. There's also a pod communication system that's installed so that they can communicate with folks in the personal care home. To move through the door, we have a 42-inch door, again, with automatic door operators, and it's as simple as pushing the button, and the resident can go back into the personal care home. This is the link side of the pod. And this space has been designed with cleanliness in mind, again, with cleanable surfaces throughout. And this space particularly houses all of the mechanical and electrical systems that help produce the laminar airflow that protects the resident on the visitation side. This here is the connector that is the corridor between the PCH and the pod itself. This was all site built, and we located the pod so we could minimize the size of this, as we wanted to reduce costs as much as possible. This is a wood frame structure with metal cladding. It's insulated and has cleanable wall protection on the walls, ceiling, and vinyl flooring for easy cleaning. For some of the larger connectors, we have additional heat and cooling provided, and we're also providing local smoke alarms, emergency lighting, exit lighting as required as well. This connector will take you to a door that has either been installed or is an existing door on the PCH.